newly elected Republican Senate Majority Leader, opposes marijuana legalization and rescheduling, and he also opposes industry banking access. That's right. Senate Republicans on Wednesday elected a new majority leader who not only opposes legalizing marijuana, has also called for a reversal of the Biden administration's plan to reschedule cannabis and has criticized Democrats for working to increase the industry's access to banking services. John Thune, a Republican from South Dakota who defeated Senators John Cornyn, a Republican from Texas, and Rick Scott, a Republican from Florida, an election for the leadership slot, joined other GOP lawmakers in a letter in July challenging the current administration's marijuana rescheduling push, urging that the policy proposal be trashed. Rescheduling rule, quote, fails to provide adequate science and data to support moving marijuana to Schedule 3 and should not have been signed or published, the letter Thune signed, as calling it, quote, irresponsible for federal health officials to make this determination when emerging research shows there are significant health concerns associated with marijuana use. Letter details Thune's and other Republican lawmakers' concerns about marijuana's health effects, suggesting that there is a, quote, clear association between cannabis use and psychosis, anxiety, cognitive failures, respiratory adverse events, cancer, cardiovascular outcomes, and gastrointestinal disorders, unquote. It also claims that, quote, sexual dysfunction was twice as high in men who used marijuana, unquote, and that, quote again, marijuana use among veterans with PTSD was associated with worse PTSD symptoms or violent behavior and alcohol use, all due to cannabis. On criticizing cannabis use and policy reform, the letter Thune signed further calls into question whether marijuana has any medical value. And I quote, medical marijuana dispensaries sell edibles and vapes that come in flavors like passion, raspberry, blueberry calm, wild cherry, and sour apple. Pretending that these products are medicine that can treat health conditions is doing a disservice to Americans. It remains the case that marijuana has no currently accepted medical use, Thune and his Republican colleague wrote. The fact that states have labeled marijuana as medicine does not change the nature of the drug. We urge you to withdraw this proposal and maintain marijuana as a Schedule 1 drug. Separately, as Senate Democrats moved to advance a marijuana legalization bill in 2021, Thune said that cannabis reform is, quote, something we'll probably have to grapple with here. He has consistently opposed even modest proposals to allow marijuana industry banking. Earlier this year, Thune said attaching cannabis banking legislation to an aviation bill would be a non-starter, noting that Republican opposition to this idea is very strong. He called the then Democratic-controlled House's proposal to include marijuana banking reform in a large-scale coronavirus bill crazy stuff in 2020, complaining in a floor speech that the text of the underlying legislation mentions cannabis more times than jobs. He has called the adoption of state-specific legalization policies, quote, a dangerous path, unquote. He also received an F grade from NORML in his 2024 voter guide. NORML political director Morgan Fox said, despite Senator Thune's misguided opinions and policy positions on cannabis up to this point, we're confident that he is capable of evolving on this issue as have the vast majority of Americans. While it is extremely doubtful that comprehensive cannabis policy reform will be a priority in the Senate under his leadership, we're hopeful that his record as a level-headed lawmaker means he will listen to evidence, experience, and the will of the American people who overwhelmingly want to see federal policy reform. Meantime, we're doing everything we can to achieve whatever we can while we still have Senate leadership for whom this issue is a stated priority. I'm Todd Denkin with Iodine News, and does this spell doom for the cannabis banking industry and the cannabis descheduling? Sure seems that way, at least for the next 4 years, because Thune is going to stand in the way of Evis, the Attorney General.
He's a thorn in the side of the industry.
Oh, that was cute. That was good.
There.
That was good.
I like what you did there.
That was cute.
Great joke. It was terrible.
That was pretty catchy, Rico. Pretty good. I can't be mad at that.
Love that.
Can't be mad at that.
So what is Thune going to do there, Jason? Is he going to stand in the way?
It doesn't matter because we don't need banking reform, because the only thing that needs to happen in order for banking to be more affordable is less reporting requirements, SARS reports. That can be done on an executive level. It doesn't require the legislative branch. We haven't needed the safe banking to pass. That is not the magic bullet that all of a sudden changes it. I don't think this guy moves the needle, and I don't think he stops what Trump might want to do. If Trump wants to make it easier on a federal level for the cannabis industry, I don't think this guy gets in the way.
I don't think
this guy is in charge of putting the vote up to the Senate, right? So
he is
no vote, then there's no vote.
Don't worry. I'm sure there'll be some things that happen that to where he'll be more amenable to allowing for those votes. He's just politically posturing right now, for the time being. But I'm not too worried about him being there and his stance as of today. I'm sure he's going to evolve as time goes on within this space.
What would make you sure of that?
Because
the lobbyist that was covered in the last article.
Because I'm a lobbyist, and that's I know things, Todd. I live in the future.
Know things. Schmott.
That's what I specialize in.
Well, Morgan Fox over at Normals is very optimistic.
See? In this instance, I'm going to agree with Morgan Fox in this instance.
Oh, he's just saying that because he has to. He wants to.
No, he doesn't.
He wants to play nice in the sandbox. That's what he's trying to do.
I'm all about playing nice in the sandbox. You don't want to see me throw sand.
You are?
100%. I'm the nicest person to play with in the sandbox.
Come on. I really like those red sandboxes.
I mean, the red sandbox have the best kinetic sand.
Oh, God.
Why is it kinetic?
Because we stick together.
Yeah.
Anyway, there you go. Another GOP asshole who doesn't like weed.
Yeah, but to be fair, based on his age and demographic information, there's probably as many Democrat assholes who don't.
100%. There is true. That's true. That's fair.
You know, like you look at this person, where they came from, their gender, their age, their race. Like, if you take all the people in Congress who match those externalities, they're probably all more likely to share that anti-cannabis bias than not across the partisan spectrum.
Depends on what state they're from. You know what I mean? If they're in a legal state, they're for it. If they're not,
that's not. That's not how it goes. That's not how it goes.
Right.
That's how it should go, but that's not how it goes.
The most part, the majority of
no, that's not. No, you're very out of touch with how the Senate works. No, you're very out of touch with that. Very out of touch.
Okay.
Very out of touch. But
I mean, there are prohibitionists in that old white male,
of course,
demographic.
There's old white females that are prohibitionists.
As many stories.
It's not gender specific.
Mostly the old white guy.
Jason, as many stories as we've covered, it's been like 3.5, almost 4 years we've been covering news now. Like, how many of these stories with these politicians that are stifling cannabis progress, how many of them have been led by Democrats versus Republicans?
More by Democrats, but nonetheless, we're not going to go into all of that horse and carriage of who's leading the cart and feeding the carrots and whatnot. But it's so good.
I'm just saying, like en masse, it's way more.
I mean,
Republican. This is why I'm glad.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. Can I tell you what? No.
I'm glad. Let me finish. This is why I'm glad we have people like you who are proud Republicans that are pushing the needle in the right direction.
Thank you very much, Rico. I appreciate that.
Counter argument to that partisan statement, which is even if there's more Democrats in favor of cannabis, they're taxing the shit out of it. They are taxing the industry until there is no industry. So I don't know that they're actually helping much.
The Democrats are no help.
The Democrats are
definitely doing it because only way to get it passed.
They're going to need to replenish those 20 M's. They went in the negative. So yeah, they got it. They got to tax the weed.
Kamala's fighting Jake Paul to raise that money. We're good. We're good.
I would actually see that. I would actually tune in to watch. I might even pay for that. Actually.
Oh, why?
I'm to watch Jake Paul and Kamala get it on in the ring. You know.
Oh God, you guys are fun.
Maybe Kamala.
She's planning on using not only all of her grappling skills, but at least 7 different accents.
I mean, that would be more entertaining than watching Tyson and Jake Paul, like, you know, do whatever the fuck that was.
It was me winning $100 because Netflix.
Did anyone see the meme?
Shout out to Mike Tyson and Jake Paul for getting that bag, because that's all they do.
Did anybody see the meme? Did anyone see the meme? The Mike Tyson from Mike Tyson's Punch Out with Glass Joe, and them saying that they've seen this fight before.
No,
I don't know.
Oh, it was so good. It was so good.
Hey, shout out to Dr. Wayne Lee, Uncle Wayne. You're the man, the ring doc. He was the one that had to attend the cut of the amazing female fighter Soriano.
What does that have to do with anything? We're going to a commercial. We're going to be right back.
Got robbed.
Wait, if you can say that you know people, why can't Saman?
Stop the ridiculousness, Jenny Beth.
Equal rights and left.
Stop the ridiculousness.
That's
Jenny.
family, though.
Yeah.